So the goal of the lecture is to just explain what the heck is identity shifting even for, and the overview of the entire course. So what identity shifting means is just your self-image in simple terms. Because every one of us, we have a picture of ourselves detailed, complete down to the detail. This is when you tell your friends, that's just how I am. What can I do about it? That is the self-image. Oh, Jamie already very sleepy, I see.
It's called
So
fucking. It's in the morning right now, guys. By the way, I'm not fucking sleepy.
So this is, I mean, this is when you tell your friends when they're like, or when someone tells you like, yo, I think I might be racist. I don't really like those guys. And then you tell them, nah, this is just how you grew up. This is what it means by self-image. So these are basically beliefs about why you might hate some people and certain not people, and why you might not be able to talk to girls, or why you might not be able to socialize. So we basically don't question our self-image. We act upon it as if it were true. And that is the point of this whole course. Our goal is to hack that self-image, is to completely eradicate this all this programming that your parents has done to you, society has done to you, and the whole world has done to you, and allow you, and we give you the control yourself and program yourself. Yeah, we'll basically bury him, and we're gonna create and reinvent a new you.
So make the
So you're gonna
greatest
be
comeback of your life.
Yeah, make the gears come alive. I tried changing my identity. Shit doesn't work for me. This is probably a chipmunk that you might have. Actually, this is probably your question right now. And the reason it didn't work for you is because you've been trying indirect methods. You've been trying to do affirmations. You've been trying to journal about it. You've been trying to force something that is not supposed to be forced upon. You can't change beliefs by just telling yourself, I am a man, I'm a man. Sure, it works a little bit, but it does not become automatic. And the whole point of this course is to make the action automatic. So, Jamie, please explain your money puffing story. Let me explain what that means. Money
Okay.
puffing story means how you didn't change yourself. Like you were still insecure even when you had a lot of money.
Let me tell you about the money popping story. I drank the black potion. If you know, you know. But anyways, the black potion. I mean, the money popping story. All right. So there's this one time in my life. I talked about this in one of my personal channel video, the $10,000 a month. You guys can go check it out if you want. But uh, yeah, money puffing story. There was this one time in my life where I was a game developer. Many of you guys may know. Many of you guys may not know. Prior to this, before I became this guy, I was a game developer, right? And during this time, it was like about 16 years old. I started making some good money. I started making some good money type of stuff. And you have to put this into perspective. I was a loser my whole life, right? I was an absolute loser. And to be able to make money, to be ahead of my peers, that shit puffed me up. That shit puffed me up until a fucking marshmallow. I was like, let's fucking go. I actually felt fucking great. I felt like Genghis Khan. I felt I was walking. My head was so fucking high until I can't even see what the fuck was below me. I couldn't even see my own dick because I was looking so fucking high. Until I realized one day I started looking in the mirror. I still saw that insecure guy. I was still fapping. I was still fucking addicted. And I was still doing all this bullshit. And I just realized that shit. I got all this money, but I'm still the same guy. I'm just the same guy with just a little bit more money. And that's when I realized that it was not the money that was going to change anything. I kept telling myself, once I get $10,000, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. Once I do this, I'm going to be this and that. But no, the true way to change is to change your self image, which is why you're watching this course right now.
Yeah. And yeah, that is what we're trying to change. We're trying to change the core beliefs of your own self-image. So you might have heard of identity shifting from Atomic Habits. This is where I got this information from in the first place. At the start, that doesn't work. So he says new identities require new evidence. He tells you step one, decide the type of person you want to be. Step two, prove it to yourself with small wins. Very basic, very simple. So you might have heard of this all over the internet. They always tell you, don't read a book, become a reader, or don't go to the gym, be a gymnastics or be a
Be a
what do they call
bodybuilder.
athlete? Be an
Be a
athlete or be a
bodybuilder.
bodybuilder. Yeah, be a bodybuilder. But that doesn't work. The reason it doesn't work is because if you don't feel anything for your identity, if you don't give a shit about I'm an athlete, but you're like, athlete? The fuck is that?
It's like
Then
you're saying you're an athlete, but you're not actually an athlete, you know what I mean? Because someone that's actually like in the UFC, he's really punching the back. He's like, I'm an athlete because he knows he's doing that shit every day. But if you're like, yeah, I'm an athlete, but you're still fapping and shit, like, you know you're not an athlete, bro. You can tell yourself, but you know you're not. So Exactly why you need to be emotionally connected. Because when you're punching the bags, when you're about to fight that guy, when you know he's about to knock you out, you're emotionally attached to that identity. Yes, I'm a fucking athlete, bro. I'm a UFC athlete. But when you're telling yourself, I'm an athlete, I'm a this, I'm a sorcery, I'm a magician, like the fuck, bro? Like who are you? Type of stuff, you know what I mean? Virginia, please continue.
So you basically will feel like a fraud in
Mm-hmm.
simple terms. You're gonna look like a
Imposter syndrome.
fraud. Yeah, prostitute syndrome. But what the point here is, James Clear did not mention this in the
Oh
book, is
shit.
that you you need to be emotionally connected to the identity itself. Otherwise, you will not feel shit.
You know
Because
what's
you,
funny
I
right
mean,
now?
he,
You look
huh?
like James Clare right now, bro.
He counters it by saying that you will build evidence slowly, by saying, by deciding the type of person you want to be and then prove it to yourself with small wins. But the thing is, before you can even prove it to yourself with small wins, you're gonna fail because you don't even give a shit about the type of person. And this is why the whole course is gonna put this on steroids and actually make it work. Because this is what I tried myself
No,
for
that's
many
what we
years.
tried, bro. That's what we tried.
Sorry, that's what we tried and with a few clients. So the anime MC framework, this is the whole overview of the whole course. Season 0, you are here right now. Pre-production, we are creating your anime right now. Season 1, you're about to enter here, find which MC the mentor for, and so on and so forth. And then season 3, which is the final season, you shall see later onwards
Some
what it's
Attack on
about.
Titan final season shit.
So this will definitely take commitment from your side. Obviously, everything takes commitment. However, I give you my word, it will be so much
This is
easier than a
BS.
30-minute.
This yeah, you'll take some commitment from your side, but we will not give you some psycho-cybernetics 30-minute visualization bullshit because bro, I know as a beginner and even as an advanced guy, you will consider us advanced because we're ahead of you, but even as advanced people, we don't want to fucking visualize for 30 minutes. You know that shit. We don't want to visualize for fucking 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
we make this as easy as possible for you, bro. And it works. It straight up works.
But the minimum effective dose from
Yeah.
the
The constraints, go watch that right now, boys.
how to become the greatest of all
All
time in
time,
anime.
fast.
So I give you my word that you will within 1 week,
Mm-hmm.
most likely 48 hours, but at least 1 week, that you will start acting and feeling differently, completely different from your past self. And no matter how bad you think your self-image is, if you're like one of those Reddit guys like, oh, my whole life sucks, my whole self-image, my confidence is dropped, my social skills, it will still work for you. All right.
I
I
need to
don't
make
care.
a comeback. I need to reinvent myself.
Yeah, the r/self-improvement guys, you guys,
Maybe you
it
guys even came from there. Oh shit.
you do not have to worry. It will still work. Of course, as long as you follow it step by step and don't skip any steps, especially season 1 and season 2. Extremely important. So if you need any help or questions, yep, I'm always happy to answer you. And quick CTA, quickly go now to season 1.
Quickly
It's
go
time
there
for
right now. Right now we're in the anime studio. You're in the MAPPA studio right now. Next season is when you go to Kyoto Animation, bro. See you soon. All right, boys. Welcome back to season 1. This is where your anime opening is gonna be playing. The Zen 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 opening is gonna be playing, boys.
So the goal of this season for you is to find that one MC, the one main character that you love, somebody you really feel something with. So you might be asking, the fuck is MC even mean? So what MC means is you're trying to find an existing person, an actual concrete, an actual human being, or not human being, an actual person
A
that's either dead,
character. I'll say a
yeah,
character.
character basically, that's either dead or alive, does not even matter, or fiction, doesn't matter, who is the closest to that person that you've always wanted to be in your subconscious mind. So what that means is we're going to be finding a person that you feel a deep emotional connection with.
So let me give you an example of that, concrete person. So for example, you're a basketball player. You always look at the Michael Jordan. That is an example. If you always watch anime and you like Ayano Koji, you think he's so fucking cool. That's the character, even though we don't really advise for that shit. Or for example, you see your landlord, you think he's a cool fucking guy. That's your fucking you look up to the guy essentially. That is the MC. Someone that you always just you idolize, I guess. You idolize. You really just look up to this guy. You want to become him. You have posters on your wall of him. That is the MC. I mean, you don't have to have a poster, but you know the point.
Yeah, the point is a deep emotional connection with. So
Yes.
to explain emotional connection, extremely simple. This is extremely simple drawing to for me to explain what the hell this means. Emotional quotient bridges the level of desire for something. As you can see, this explains everything. When you're about to go meet your mom, you're like, yeah, let's take the time. But when you're about to have sex with your girlfriend, oh, let's go, boys. 200 mph, get
Wait,
that
what is
fun.
that thing on the fucking thing? What's that thing on the girlfriend?
Oh, this is underwear, bro.
The fuck? Alright, just that's weird as shit.
I know it's like ass, but so the more essentially the more emotion you feel for something, the more you desire it. This is the whole point. So these will be the instructions that I will not read out because it's so long, but
Yes,
we
sir.
will
You guys
show.
can pause this shit right now and read it because we don't want to waste your time. You know, you can read this as long as you pass elementary school, you can read this.
I will show you the real time example, so you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah,
So let me explain what
but that's a
deep
more detailed example. You know, if you guys want to read step by step, you know, if you're JK, go read it that. But we're gonna show you live right now, right?
a deep emotional connection. The meaning of that is, in simple terms, it means your heart feels something whenever you imagine or think about that person. What that means is like when you just think about that guy, you're like, oh, and your heart rate starts to increase a bit, and you start to
Eh,
feel like
not really heart feels something lah. You just feel like you see him and you're like, oh shit, man. Like you know what I mean. You know, I don't want to tell you, it's not the hard shit. It's maybe you get some goosebumps. Maybe you're like, yeah, let's fucking go, boys. You know, that
any
feeling,
other.
you feel something. Your heart don't have to feel something because
Yeah,
that's kind of gay, bro. You should be feeling
true.
something when you see your girlfriend, not like some dude, you know what I mean? You should feel like you when you see him, you should feel like whoa. You should feel like inspired or your goosebumps or like you feel something when you see this guy. You're like, holy shit, man, this guy's awesome, kind of feeling, you know?
Just feel something then. Forget the heart.
Just feel
Feel
something.
something.
Yeah.
Goosebumps, head, mind, wherever, doesn't matter. Just not the dick, please.
The
So
dick is a
be
bit funny.
that one is for a woman. So be extremely careful. Beware who you want to become because you're gonna actually start acting like him. So I hope it's not Aina Kochi, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time socializing. So
Yo,
this
that's
is
actually
your
true though. Wait, look, can you go up a little bit? That's true. You're gonna actually become him for real. There was one time where I looked up to Alex Hormozi. Gosh, Junta, that was probably the most annoying week for him because I was like, Alex Hormozi, like every fucking day. And not only that, I started becoming like him, like looking like him. Like literally, I started going to the gym more. Like, what the fuck's going on? Type of stuff. Like, so you need to be extremely careful. Choose someone that is actually like, you know, good. You know, Alex Hormozi, someone to look up, pretty good because you know we can scale our business faster. It's good stuff, but be extremely careful, bro. If you look up to like Pablo Escobar, oh shit,
oh shit.
oh shit, boys. Oh shit. You don't know what I mean. You know what I mean, you know? So pick someone to look up to that's really a positive influence. TLDR, positive influence. Not like some fucking Pablo Escobar shit, like bro, okay, you know, type of stuff. But keep going.
So these are the cheat codes for you because it's pretty difficult to find which MC that you want that you love. So to do so, this is the very simple, easy cheat codes. Go back to your past childhood. That is where one of our clients found his MC extremely fast. It was Naruto, by the way. So
Yes,
you can
sir.
think back in the past.
No, yeah, I'll say yes, sir.
Yeah, think in the past 3 months, who have you been obsessed over? Think about the TV series, any fiction series that you've loved ever since your past, currently, whenever, and go find which characters do you actually feel a strong connection towards. Or, like how I found mine, I think his name is Zhuge Liang. He's from ancient China. So which historic figures? Maybe Alexander the Great. I hope not.
Ah,
Or Genghis
okay.
Khan. Genghis Khan makes more fucking sense, all right?
Okay, okay.
And
But yeah, you guys, if you guys don't know why we are smudging when it comes to Alexander the Great, most casuals think Alexander the Great is his actual great, but the real fans, they know that Alexander the Great was an egotistical bastard and he fucked up his entire shit because he was egotistical. So you don't want to look
yeah.
up to someone like that. Sure, you can look up to someone great, but do not take the bad influences because it really grows on you. Cannot Trinta, that's true. It really does grow on you. Of course, excluding girls. Huh? If you guys are obsessed over like a girl, you don't want to act like her. Like what the fuck, man? Someone that you're like, basically your superhero, your idol. You know what I mean? It's pretty like point blank period type of stuff. Just an idol. You know, someone that you really look up to. There's always gonna be someone in your life. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be fictional, right? If you really looked up to Naruto, fucking pick Naruto, bro. If you really look up to do like a TV series, like Superman or something, Superman, bro. You
Sherlock
know, you
Holmes
just have
times.
to feel something with that guy. You know, if for example, you feel something with Tom and Jerry, sure, I guess. I don't know how that would work. Or some muscle dude. I don't know, bro. You know, Just someone that you look up to. SpongeBob because of his courage or some shit, like John Wick. I don't know, bro. Like anyone.
Hmm. Anyone. No, don't have any shame to it. I think that our client at the time, he was probably not seeing Naruto. It's probably because
Yeah,
he
because he
might
felt
have been.
shameful. He felt shameful. It's like, I don't know, because he was saying like John Wick, he was saying he's landlord. I was like, yo, what is the truth? He's like, I really look up to Naruto. Like, yo, you can even
Yeah.
be Naruto, and he's seen significant benefits from it. He started living the actual philosophies of Naruto and it really worked. And there was another guy, I think it was like Nikola Tesla, but that was a failed experiment, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, this is the real life example. Jamie can explain his whole journey of having three mentors, flying from one person to another person to another person.
Yeah, well, I can just explain. Yeah, I actually looked up to Sean Strickland before he become a mess. Now, if you know, you know. Sean Strickland is based. I really like his. I'm also a huge UFC fan, so I really like his style of boxing. It's very clean. And eventually, I moved on to Guts. He's a fictional character. Whoa, he's not a real life person. Doesn't fucking matter. Guts. I really love his stoicness. If you know Guts, you know Guts. And then eventually I moved on to Alex Hormozi because I really loved his philosophy of giving first. And that's why we're giving first in intellectualism. He actually influenced our channels the most, actually the most out of anyone in this fucking world. The reason why we're always about giving, the reason why we're doing this style of content is all because of him. And eventually one of his mentees, which is Lucas Watts. If you know, you know. But keep going.
So this is finally a real-time example. So step one and step number two. So this is who I could just pop out from my head and brainstorm. These are the people that I feel like, I feel something with. And then step number three, once you get a list, cancel out all the ones that you don't really feel deeply emotionally connected until you only have one left. And I ended up with Dantalian. This guy is a fictional character from my absolute favorite fiction. So the last step is once you found the person you feel a deep emotional connect with, write down the detailed reasons behind why you love this person, his personality traits and all this. This is gonna be extremely helpful in your final season, season three. You might not understand why the hell you're doing this now, but you understand season three. So you do not leave your room, just like deep journaling. I think Jamie said this very well
Yes,
10
sir.
billion times.
Oh
You do
yeah.
not leave your room.
Just a side note. You guys may be thinking right now, this is some goofy shit. I don't want to do this shit because yes, it seems like some goofy shit. I didn't even want to do it at the start because it seems goofy, it seems immature, it seems like what the fuck am I doing with my time? This is not some man shit, but truly, as a man telling you right now, this is actually some real man shit because it really works. Like it actually fucking works. So it may seem like cringy in hindsight and stuff like that, but bro, don't underestimate it because we don't say bullshit. If you really enjoyed our content, if you found value from it, this is the same, bro. We're not giving you bullshit. So yes, this is just another heads up because it seems a lot of goofy shit. Like right now, his personality trait, you may think there's some gay shit. Like, oh, what the fuck, man? But bro, this actually works. And do not leave your room until you find your 100% correct, emotional, connected person. That's some fact stuff. Lock yourself in there. No music, no lo-fi bullshit. Just stay in there and keep finding that guy. I don't want to hear any excuses like, oh, I need to go grab a water or some shit, even though you have a water beside you. Don't do any of that shit. Prepare yourself, go in there, and welcome to heaven.
And of course, be extremely careful. Just wait for one day. Wait for one day before you say, yeah, this is my guy. Wait for one day. Wait for one day. If you still feel something, if you still, hell yeah, boys, then that is actually the person. So, Jamie, please explain this. Of
Mm.
this, what if I love 90% of the person, but I don't like some things about him? So this is the problem that we were talking about, right? Not every guy, every MC that you feel a deep emotional
Yeah, there's gonna
connection
be
with.
some things that you just don't like about him. You're just like, I don't really live by that. I don't really live by that. In that situation, just ignore it. You don't have to be exactly 100% clone of him because like Alex Mosey, like everyone says, including us, no human is perfect. Even if you look up to me for whatever reason, which I appreciate, I'm not a perfect human being. There's some things that I say that you may not agree with. You don't have to follow me, bro. Like dead ass. That's what makes humans unique in the first place. So take the good parts. Take the good parts subjectively to you because good parts is kind of subjective. So you may think that it's good, they may think it's bad. Just take the good for you and just ignore the rest. That's it. Right? So an example I literally gave over here is I love Alex Mosey's business values, but I'm not really a fan of his anti self-improvement. Like he really doesn't give a shit about sleep that much. His diet is really fucked up and stuff like that. Like he likes to eat sugar and stuff. I don't I'm very against that. And I respect him, but I just don't take the other side of that. I could technically go eat like fucking a buttload of fucking sugar, fucking sleep 4 hours, but that's not me. So you just take the good parts out of it, right?
This is what Jamie literally addressed. I'm
It's
gonna
not fake
elaborate
shit.
even further. What the hell? What if I can't find anyone that I love at all? Actually nonsense. You think that 8 billion people in this world right now, they're alive, by the way. And I don't know how many trillions of dead people are there right now, or fictional characters out there. And you're
Yeah,
telling me
true.
that out of all that, probably I'm just guessing 100 trillion characters in this world, and you're telling me that you can't find anyone that you feel a deep emotional connection with?
Or someone that you look up to, that's just impossible. Especially as a kid, you just, oh, he's gonna be some fuck, not some fucker, but some guy. You just like, damn. Or come on, there's always everyone has have a role model. Everyone has a role model. That's just a fact. There's always gonna be someone that you look up to, right? It could be even as some embarrassing stuff like maybe Hamza. I know that a lot of people's hero when it comes to self-improvement is Hamza. No shame in that. Honestly, for a long time, I used to try to be like him, right? I really looked up to him. I tried to be like him, and it worked. That's what you need to. You need to feel a deep emotional connection with. Or it could be us. Who knows? You might want to shave your head. Who fucking knows?
You need to just make sure that you should be ashamed of it, If you feel a deep emotional connection, if you, not your parents, not society, just embrace it. Literally embrace it. If you see me, you see us in real life, you see us wearing some really shitty clothes, but we don't give a shit because we don't want to wear those Gucci ass clothes because who cares? We wear like
Gucci
pajama
ass
type of
shit.
clothes out there.
We wear some broken shit, bro. Mechanic clothes, bro.
Yeah. And let's say you actually cannot find one. Let's say you don't actually have one, right? Let's say I don't know, you're Rapunzel or some shit. You've been stuck in your castle for like 10 years. You never went out, and you never went to YouTube. And your first time you went YouTube, you click intellectualism. Then, okay, let's say worst case scenario, we'll help you find it.
Fuck this shit, bro.
Season 2. You're finally almost in your final finale season. Goal of this season is build new evidence extremely fast that you are this new MC. So let's introduce you a very nice equation that I got inspired with Alex Hormozy's value equation. So neurons that fire together wire together. So what that means is simply it means when you do something for a long time, it starts to become easier. It starts to become a habit. It becomes the default state over time. And this is the whole concept of the MC equation. This is an extremely important concept. You'll be using this a lot. So emotion times frequency, I'm going to break this down to you and put it all together. Very simple. So I'm going to explain what quality of evidence percentage even means because this is confusing. So evidence is simply what it means is right now, you are your old self right now. So you have a lot of evidence right now that you are your old self, that you're a fapper, that you're a monkey, that you are a whatever. So what evidence means is this: you're trying to be a new self, you're trying to be this new MC. So to do so, you need evidence. So evidence basically just means that when you pile it up, you start to become this new guy because you start to see evidence, evidence in your head that, oh, I'm starting to become it. So each action you do, each statement you say that benefits, no, not benefits, that your new MC actually says and or does, then that's evidence. And so what quality basically means is the actions that you do and the things that you say, the higher the quality, which is the equation right here, emotion as frequency, the more you feel emotionally connected with that guy, and the more you do it every day, let's say you do it every 2 hours and you do it for like an hour a day, then the quality of evidence is extremely high. Because if you think about it, the reason why you're your old self right now is because you were emotionally connected with flapping or some shit because of it's biologically nice or some
That's
shit.
some
Or
bullshit. That's some bullshit.
what's bullshit?
How is fapping biological at all?
I mean, it's not biological, but I mean, it's an inherent thing that you want to do, like sex or whatever. You feel emotionally connected with a woman, so you're like, yeah, let's go. And you
Oh
keep doing
shit.
it for a long time. And you keep doing it for a long time. And that's why you created such high quality of evidence that you are this guy, which is your old self. So let's break it down. Emotion is the biggest motivator to doing anything. Without it, all else fails. As you know, if you went to math class, whatever times zero is still zero. And this is the whole scale from 0 to 10. So frequency. After emotion, the time you train under your mentor, which is the MC, will be what defines your quality of evidence percentage. And how that scale looks like is 0, 5, 10. Simple. The more you do it, the higher the scale. Extremely simple. So to put it all together, 5 times 3. So 5, fairly emotional. So this is someone that you kind of feel like, Yeah, I feel emotionally connected to it, not so much, but yeah, it's let's go, guys, not let's go, guys. So it's 5. And 30 minutes, you consume his content, you consume his book, and the frequency is 3. And that equals 15% quality of evidence. That's what this whole equation even means. So the threshold, this is the bare minimum for identity shifting to be able to shift into a new identity is 12 plus percent, 12 plus percentage.
The
This is
fuck?
what me and Jimmy has.
The fuck did you say just now, bro?
No, I said
That?
12 plus percentage.
Okay.
This is what me and Jamie has beta tested for a long time, and this is generally the minimum effective dose. If you go any lower, you're not gonna feel shit. You're gonna feel like me when I was visualizing for 15 minutes every day doing the psycho cybernetic shit. So finally, we're gonna go to building new evidence training under your mentor. So if your
Okay.
identity is a fictional character, the goal here is as this character doesn't output content because it's a fictional character, we will instead find exactly what would this character be consuming as his Bible. So what the Bible means is, you know how their religion, they have one Bible they read every day and they study it like crazy every day. So that's what we're trying to do. Instead of reading like a shit ton of books, instead we want to read just one. So this is what I mean by Bible. This is something you study every day. So this is the instructions. And yeah, I will personally be doing this for you. What Bible would your identity be reading? Because the prompt shit is very weird. So I'm gonna do it myself for you. Don't worry about it. So what I
Just
mean by
drop us a
take,
DM, just drop us a DM.
yeah, just drop us a DM. Take the one that feels right. So what is the meaning of that feels right? So you know this is the same of what Jamie said, deeply emotional connection. You know it yourself. You can read the book, you read the introduction, you're like, this feels like something that Alex Hormozy would read for sure. This is something that Naruto would read for sure. You feel that way and you're like, yeah, this is what feels right. And then that's the book. That is the Bible.
The
So
Bible is here, boys. Oh shit.
yeah, the Bible that's right
Hormozy
there.
already.
Fucking bought it for us. Fucking couple $100.
Couple hundred, yeah, couple $100. I don't know if it's the best, but okay.
Yeah. I mean that's the
We don't talk about that.
emotion
We don't
thing,
talk
I
about
guess.
that. All right, let's keep going.
If your identity is a real life character, he's dead or alive, and again, this character doesn't output content because he's a real life character and he doesn't output content, we'll be finding what does this real life character consume as his Bible. So instructions for that is first you search out what books he might have read before. Just search up like Sean Strickland recommended books or Alex Hormozy recommended books, and you'll find it. So if not, you can't find shit, then you follow these instructions. This instruction is literally the same thing as above. Literally same shit. The only difference is this new instructions. So if your person is a real life character but outputs content like Alex Hormozy, and he does, and the goal here is as this character does output content, we'll be consuming the highest quality content they output, not the highly edited bullshit, a bunch of camera angles switching type of content, not that one. So instructions for if it's an author, you just find all the books he made, pick the one most relevant, and read it. Do 30 minutes every day. Remember, the more the better. Remember the equation. The more the better. Remember that equation. So after finishing, you can continue with his other books if he even has any other books, or you can just move on to long form content of his podcast or his YouTube. Long form content of his YouTube, by the way, not the short form. Don't do the shorts. None of that shit. If he's a content creator, consume only the content in his YouTube, only the long form content exclusively again, or the podcast, or the interviews, and nothing else. Again, the most relevant ones. So, Jamie, please explain this to us.
Okay, so the best medium to consume for the fastest results is always going to be books. Throughout my years of battle testing, I've been the consumer of many fucking things. You can think of everything: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I've been through all of them. YouTube Shorts, TikTok, everything. Yes, I actually been on TikTok before. Yes, actually. And the best is always books. This is my current up-to-date knowledge. And the king actually above books is what you're experiencing right now. Mentorship.
Mentorship.
Mentorship is above books. Always, because a mentor is always there to just tell you shit. The book is for the general public. That's number one. So you're here right now. The second one is actually books. But anyways, yeah, you don't want to be watching all those fucking YouTube 5 tips shit. No. I'm talking about podcast interviews, Huberman, Joe Rogan type styles. Like those actual long 4 hour bullshit. Longer the better type of stuff. And this is for picking their mind because you're just letting them influence your mind type of stuff. But books is always the king. So let's say if I'm like a big fan of Alex Hormozy, I'll just go cop 2 of his books right here. 100 mil offer, 100 mil leads, just study them like exactly what they say. Or if I really finish these, which I actually did because I'm such a huge fan of this guy multiple times as well, I'll go check out his podcast slash interviews. He did many great podcasts with Chris Williamson.
Yeah.
He did one with himself. He has his own podcast, The Game. many stuff. You want to forget everything else. You know, Alex Mosey has Twitter, but I just don't use it. YouTube Shorts and all those YouTube like the what is I think there's one. It's called the Alex Mosey's cookbook review. Like all those entertaining stuff, get out of there. Instagram stories, get out of there as well. You just have to stick with podcasts, interviews, and books. That's it. Only have that in your mind, right? And of course, mentorship is what you're having right now. So include that. So move on to the
Mm-hmm.
next one, please.
So you might be asking, why the fuck do I need to consume? Why can't I just take action only? Sure, you can. But the reason we are reinforcing this is because we want to make taking action automatic. You find that taking action suddenly just happens and you just start doing it and you start becoming the thing out of nowhere. You start taking action automatically. This is what Psycho Cybernetics promise, and this is the same promise for us. You don't need to force yourself, I must go gym now because I'm that guy. Not really. It's more like,
I
yeah,
am that
I go to
guy.
the gym. Yeah, I am that guy, I go to the gym because I am that guy, right? So the biggest question that you have right now, like why the fuck do you read 30 minutes daily and why must it be books? Because you're building new evidence extremely fast, and the only way to do that is using this analogy right here. Getting close to a stranger as soon as possible. So imagine you must get, let's say you're like a, I don't know, a AI, I mean not AI, sorry. I mean an agent from the US government, and you're like, I need to get close to that foreigner stranger as soon as possible. So what would you do? You would go there and you would first research about him, his personality, his past, his exes, all his girlfriends, all of that, his past, everything. And then you get to know him and you figure out what does he like, what does he not like. And then you keep learning more about that person. And then you actually start talking to the person and actually start, yo, and start becoming a person that basically everything that he likes about and everything he doesn't like about, you will not become that. And you will try to help him in all areas of his life, give him a bunch of value. So if you were a complete stranger, in 1 month, you would have his complete trust. And it is the same with building new evidence as soon as possible. You can see the correlation is the exact same thing. Researching your subconscious once, after finding out you consume all his best content or what he would consume. And again, best content. You try
Not
to
the
consume his
bullshit.
content.
Just
Yeah,
remember
not
two books like these, two of these books, or podcasts. That's it. No more shorts, no more Twitter, no don't cope, bro. Stop fucking coping. A lot of people are here, they cope like, oh, I'm still learning though. It's much faster. I save so much time because I'm learning so fast. Like, yes, you're not actually, first of all, you're not even learning that much because I talked about it in the Shallows lecture. You can guys go check it out, the attention span. Because when you're watching edited shit, you don't even your brain actually scientifically doesn't even register shit. So you're not learning shit. And while doing that, you're literally destroying your attention span. So what the fuck are you doing? Right? Stop coping. Podcasts or those books that I mentioned. That's all.